If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Seven Kinds of Mischief. I'm your host, Stone Loki, and with me tonight is the one, the only, the infamous Mark the Infinitely Tired. How is everyone doing out there tonight? Thomas Connolly, Purple Valkyrie. Yes, the Valkyrie is here. Chris Persia, brother. Hail, Heiress of Chaos. How is everyone doing tonight? The Battle Angel is here. Mexican Iron Man survived. Yes. Mexican Mark. Mexican Iron Mark.
This is just in honor of my good Mexican friend Mike.
Someone stole the suit again. Stole the suit again.
I don't have the G-string. Thank God. Or the thong. I'm sorry.
The iron thong. Well, that blew up. I think he had it wrapped around his head doing some weird shit and it blew up. Had to have stitches. or staples. Positive Candor. Good evening, Psycho Dwarf 9. How are you doing? The Blind Mage. Yes, let our chaos begin. V-Star 333. Mark the Infinitely Tired. Ole.
I'm gonna get sued. I'm gonna get sued for this.
Yeah. Where's the Valkyries? That's what Mexican Iron Man be saying right now. Where are my Valkyries? Protect your Mexican Iron Man.
He's in the room. He's in the chat.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, where is he? Where is he? There he is. Hi, I'm new and looking for a quality racist show. Found it. Oh shit.
Here comes the Twitter bombs.
Katia Star, good evening. Yeah, the Twitter bombs are ready. The Twitter bombs are definitely ready. Credsock05, greetings. Is Mark, Josh and Rebecca Momaney, is Mark cultural appropriation the Mexicans? Mexican Iron Man, is Mark an approved impersonator? I don't think he'd approve of shit. Oh, Kronos, please don't twit. And your good friend Robert Pearson is here.
Hey, Rob. He probably doesn't believe it's really me because all that me taking time off, and look where I am right back here.
Holy shit! The boys at Echo Base Network are here.
Oh no!
Hail all the fam. How are you guys doing? So yeah, Mexican Iron Man. I heard a story. You want to hear a cool story before we start talking D&D?
Sure, let's do it.
The Mexican sounds like he's from Mobile. Oh, that wasn't the story I was going to go with, but shit, that'll work.
And yet, Purple, I did snort like you do when you laugh.
Oh shit! So I got some fan mail earlier today, guys. I got some fan mail. Me and Mexican Iron Man are going to go over that when we talk to Adiga too. This was to me today at 2:57 p.m. F-U trailer, and they spell trailer Trailur, trailer park, white trash POS. Your account is Gona, and they spelled Gona Gona. Wonderful spelling here. It surprises me, that I get told I'm trailer park. Going to get closed, you ist F. I'm gonna, again, Gona, laugh when you're done, you piece of trash F. Eat a bag of D's, you racist. Oh, peace. And they spell peace like P-A-C-E, like peace, love, dope, not peace like a piece of pie, but peace is like peace of shite. I hope you effing die of the big C and it takes 100 years like all the pain you inflicted on slaves, you F. Oh, wow. Absolutely wonderful. I love my fans. I really do.
Hate mail's the best mail.
And Psychodorf 9, what language is this? I don't know, dude. A bag of D's, yes. Yes, Broken Entertainment, a bag of D's. Run that through Babelfish. That's verbally. Oh, shit. Oh, crap. Oh, yes, you can use that in the next contemplation video. Oh, man. Was that English? Asked Josh and Rebecca Momaney. I do no, I don't think so. What, Chris Persia? What the hell, dude? I don't know if they were watching an old video or what. I haven't said. I don't know. I have no idea. I just know I got an email today, and that went through my Stone Loki email. And person, if you are out there and you would like to come on the show Thursday and talk with me and Mexican Iron Man and Adega Outlaw, doctor and author Adega Outlaw, you are more than welcome to come on. Just send me an email again and said, yes, I would like to come on your show on Thursday and tell you what a great big pile of whatever. Yeah, I'd love to have you on the show. Absolutely. Absolutely. Just like I love talking about how Dungeons and Dragons has completely lost its mind.
Are you sure it's not ice cream and gumdrops?
Ice cream and gumdrops, man.
I mean, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I mean, from what we discussed, I mean, it's terrible. I mean, I started back in '84 playing D&D, and this is not what I started playing with by any means.
No.
I mean, it's ridiculous. You just can't. You don't make a game about storytelling and the time that it is, and role playing, and basically being up and killing stuff. You know, you can't really change that. I mean, it has to stay where it is.
No, do you remember when did anybody have a problem with AD&D, Advanced D&D? I don't remember anybody having a problem with Advanced D&D.
No, I mean, back when I played, it was looked down. I mean, you got to think I played in the mid '80s, so it was you were looked down upon for playing D&D, which I didn't give two shits about. But you know, it was looked down upon. It was frowned upon. Being a comic book collector and being a teenager and sci-fi, watching sci-fi and all that, it was all looked down upon. And I mean, it is what it is. We had our little group, we played, and I mean, if anything, the only thing back in the '80s was the insanity of the church getting involved with saying that that we were all worshiping demons and stuff like that.
Yeah,
which at that time was funny as hell. But you know, that is what it is.
Yep. And Kathy, you ask who's messing with the game? The actual people who make the game, Wizards of the Coast.
Yep. And I mean, I haven't played 5th edition, so I don't think I would enjoy playing 5th edition, or I mean, like I told you before, I've played 1st edition and I've played 2nd edition, and that's where I stopped at with 2nd edition. I mean, I recognize it, but I wouldn't play any of it. It just doesn't. I mean, it has no appeal to me.
Yeah. Yeah. And when I see stuff like this, guys, this isn't, a rumor. This is fact. I'm going to read a statement here specifically about some of the stuff. They are reworking the orcs and drow. We present orcs and drow in a new light in 2 of our most recent books, Eberron, Rising from the Last War, and Explorer's Guide to Wildmount. In these books, orcs and drow are just as morally and culturally complex as other peoples. We will continue that approach in future books, portraying all the peoples of D&D in a relatable and likable way, and making it clear that they are as free as humans to decide who they are and what they do.
Who's to say that they can't be that way with the DM deciding? I mean, Drow are a complicated society as it is. I mean, they're more complicated than regular elves, which is kind of is insane. But I mean, I've never personally played a Drow before, and I've played a half orc before, and half orcs are tribal. I mean, they can be as complicated as you want to make it. It just depends on the person running the game.
Now here is something that each and every one of you out there is going to love. They are issuing reprints of past book to, quote, correct errors, unquote, specifically changing text they deem racially insensitive.
Wow. That's... Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm just shocked to hear that.
Ain't that a bitch?
Yeah, I mean, that's... you're playing... I mean, the whole thing is you're basically building what you want to build, playing what you want to play. There should be no directive to... I mean, giving you a guide to say, oh, you've got to be sensitive with this type of character, or you've got to be sensitive with this type of race. What's next? Alignment, and then they cut out the gods from it and everything and say that magic is just... they dumb down magic even more. I mean, because I usually play a cleric when I play. For, like I said, since '84, that's primarily what I've always played are clerics, because I'm the automatic healer in the party, or the one that likes using the divinity power magic. But I mean, it's just, I don't know how you can be even more sensitive. I mean, that's, like I said, it's up to the person that runs the game, not to the books itself. It should never be the books to tell you how to run a game.
Nope. And Purple Lady makes a very familiar point. Revising history. They are revising history. And right here, and this is a direct quote from Wizards of the Coast, guys. When every, that's the key word there, every D&D book is reprinted, we have an opportunity to correct errors that we or the broader D&D community discovered in these books. Each year, we use those opportunities to fix a variety of things, including errors in judgment. In recent reprintings of Tomb of Annihilation and The Curse of Strahd, for example, we changed text that was racially insensitive. Those reprints have already been printed and will be available in the months ahead. We will continue this process, reviewing every book as it comes up for a reprint and fixing these errors where they are present.
That's insane. That's completely insane. I mean, and what did they do with Strahd and all? I mean, I haven't read anything about. Of course, I'm caught flat-footed with this, but what did they do with Barovia that they've changed it up? Because I mean, they changed the name of the what were they called? I forgot what they're called, but basically they're the gypsies. Can you not talk about that in that kind of tone?
Probably not.
I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, what other? I mean, I'd hate to see them get their hands on Warhammer, because Warhammer's the gaming system for Warhammer and the fantasy role play, and in my opinion, I mean, with the original, like, first or second edition, is much better in D&D because it gives you more opportunity to do things.
And
you have career paths.
Echo Base says old books will be more collectible and value increase. Nobody will buy the new shit. That's right.
True. I agree with him.
I've got the very first edition of the AD&D book. That is the one with the devil dude on the cover holding the maiden with a big ass sword in his hand. I've got old figurines. I've got a lot of the old player manuals that are all locked safely away, never to be disturbed until, I'm dead and gone.
Well, it was like when they changed deities and demigods, when people got upset over that name. And I mean, if anybody today would actually go through any of the first edition stuff, it would freak them out severely looking through deities and demigods in the Fiend Folio. I mean, there's some hardcore shit in that.
And yeah, Broken Entertainment, they think they can control what DMs run. That's right. F that. F that. They're just gonna put them back in. They're just gonna put them back in. They'll print off the way it was and put all that shit back in. It won't matter. The fact that they're taking it out is to prevent anyone in the future from reading what they did, because they don't want to get called on their shit.
That's why I'll just pass my books down.
Yep.
So my oldest daughter's just started playing when she was in New York in college, and I gave her my books. I mean, because I don't run D&D. I haven't ran D&D in a while, so I mean, there's no point in me holding on to them because I'm more into board gaming now than I am into RPGs.
Why is there no righteous anger about this? Where's the fire? Oh, it's coming, Kathia. It's coming. From me, it's coming. You just wait. Right now, we're having a civilized discussion, but don't worry. It's coming. Third, they will introduce a new customization product. This is a quote from Wizards of the Coast. Later this year, we will release a product not yet announced that offers a way for a player to customize their character's origin, including the option to change the ability score increases that come from being an elf, a dwarf, or one of D&D's many other playable folk. This option emphasizes that each person in the game is an individual with capabilities all their own. Now, you want to get me pissed? I want to tell you something. When you pick an orc to play as, what is one of the first things you're going to have to deal with? No one likes an orc.
Yep.
No one likes a fucking orc.
And I mean, then you're going to, I mean, always picture orcs as being big brutes. I mean, they're not known for their intelligence.
No. And why are they so badass on the battlefield? They're big,
because
they're
fighting
dumb,
machines.
they're fighting machines. Okay.
Yeah.
When an orc comes into a town, 99% of those towns aren't going to sell him shit, which means he's got to pick something up off the battlefield.
Yep.
He's got to pick up scrap and make something out of it.
I mean, you're always going to have an enemy, no matter what. I mean, this is dumb talk, really. I mean, what Wizards is doing, because what are you going to take all the villains out of a game and everybody's going to be friendly in the end? They're going to shake hands after it's all said and done. Yep. I mean, that's not how real life works.
Nope.
Sorry. I mean, it's art imitating life is what it is. I mean, you just don't. I mean, that's an escapism. It's just like movies. It's just like TV. You're living through that character, and you're living against what you're playing. I mean, it's an all for nut. It's an all in thing. That's the way I see it.
Kathia, what they are saying is that instead of having that no one in town wants to deal with you for an orc, you can make everyone love him. You can control the pluses and the minuses. Let me tell you guys something. When you were creating a character in D&D, if you want to have some badass, powerful thing, you got to take a hit for that somewhere. Okay? Everything has to balance out. The reason why an orc is such a brutish demon on the battlefield is because he's big, he's tough, he's dumb, and he knows how to fight. But 99% of people don't like him. They don't want him around. How are you going to get your armor fixed? How are you going to get your weapons made? How are you going to go in with a bag of gold and get to sleeping it in? There are minuses when you have to sleep outside because you're an orc and the rest of the party gets to sleep inside. There is a bunch of negative shit that happens. You've got to sleep outside. You got to go outside somewhere, sleep on the ground. You can't sleep with the rest of the party if you're in a town because no one wants to let a fucking orc sleep in a bed.
Well, I mean, in first edition, I mean, you could play half orcs. You couldn't play it. Yep. I mean, that's up to that. Of course, it's up to the DM to allow you to play whatever you want to play. Because I've actually played a Minotaur in first edition, and that you want to talk about In inequality, think of about a 7-foot minotaur walking into a town full of humans. It was different, but at the same time, I was playing. I mean, half orcs are a little bit different because they're viewed suspiciously, but they resemble humans. I mean, when I think of an orc, I don't think of like D&D orcs per se. I think of orcs as greenskins from Warhammer.
Yeah,
I mean that's my idea of an orc, and I know people will disagree with me, but like you said, they're big brutes bred for fighting. That's their society.
yep,
That's the way they are. That's the way they're raised. That's the way they grow up. They just fight.
and that's exactly how I see them. When I think of an orc, I think of Warhammer Old World.
Yep.
You got to scrap for your weapons. You got to scrap for your armor. You got shit tied to you because no one wants to sell you anything.
Yep.
No
I
one wants
agree
to work with you. And if
Yeah,
you're in a party, they might get to know you and they might be your greatest allies and your best friends. But just because you go into town with them doesn't mean people are going to treat you any differently. If everyone in that town says, get that fucking orc out of my bar because I don't want him in here, and if you don't like it, you can leave too, that's something
yeah.
you've got to deal with.
I mean, it's just like a Star Wars with the droids. I mean,
Yep.
are they going to go back and change that? I mean, I hate to drag that up into it, but now that you brought it up, I mean, it's just, or you said it and I brought it up, but I mean, that whole line with the bartender kicking the droids out because they didn't serve them. I mean, do you change that too? I mean, where does being offended end and acceptance begin? I mean, you just got to leave certain things alone.
Yeah, and they're not going to do that.
Nope.
Absolutely not going to do that. They're going to keep at this, and they're going to completely ruin a wonderful game that many of us have played all their lives. I've been playing D&D for 30 years. Someone in here, yes, Castle. I played D&D for the first time this year. I had a blast, and nothing came off as problematic. The only problem was my inexperience, and you will get over that in time. You will figure that out in time.
Oh yeah, it's always awkward starting off first because especially if you play first edition. Fifth edition is a little bit different because it doesn't have all the math with it, but everybody starts off awkward.
And it is the DM's job to walk you through that. You need a good dungeon master that understands, hey, this is the first time ever playing this, and he can walk you through that and help you. Other players will help you. I've never met a group playing D&D that was like, you're the new guy, well, you're cannon fodder. No, everyone is there to help and to help you out and not particularly hold your hand, but explain. This is how this works.
I went to when I learned to play, I learned from a Catholic brother that ran it for us during our library time. And I mean, he was a big time D&D fan. And then I joined up a group in high school and learned, I started with basic and went to AD&D and learned AD&D in a gym, in my school's gym, rolling up characters and just pit fighting, and went on from there. And I never had any problem with my group teaching me anything.
No,
And
no,
still had to be and still have to be reminded of things sometimes when I was still playing.
yeah. And I'd like to welcome the ambassador and Darth Haster and Trey, my brother from another mother.
Trey.
Trey. None of this is a problem. They're talking like it's a problem. They're acting like it's a problem, but none of this is a problem. That's the really shitty thing about this. And I'm gonna go on and read 4. Fourth, they will radically alter. Isn't that a lovely word? The Vistani due to stereotypes associated with the Romani people in the real world. So yes, vagabonds. Yes, vagabonds, gypsies, anything like that. They're going to radically alter them.
Well, have you ever read any of the books?
Yes.
I mean, Astrad and the Lord Soth book. I mean, the Vistani, they were, I mean, historically, well, not super historically accurate, but I mean, they fit the role of the gypsy well. And if I'm offending somebody, sorry, but that's the way they were depicted in the books. That's the way that they're depicted in the game.
Oh, Crimson Mist, dude. Thank you, brother. I'm glad you're here, man. And don't worry. Our real life, dude. This real life making dinner. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm gonna read their quote here. Curse of the Strahd included a people known as the Vistani gypsies and featured the Vistani heroine Esmeralda. Regrettably, their depiction echoes some stereotypes associated with the Romani people in the real world. To rectify that, we've not only made changes to Curse of Strahd, but in 2 upcoming books, we will also show working with a Romani consultant, the Vistani, in a way that doesn't rely on reductive tropes. Consultant. What they've got is someone that believes they're an expert and they're telling them this is how you do this and this is how you do that, while never actually talking to a Romani, a gypsy.
Wow.
See, that's the key word there, an expert, a consultant. Doesn't mean they're one of them. It just means that they're an expert.
I mean, that anybody can say they're an expert at anything and be full of shit. I mean, how do you? I don't know. That sounds completely ridiculous. That sounds just like the crap going on at Twitch, where you've got somebody that has to govern sitting over you, telling you what you can and can't do, what you can and can't say. That's bullshit.
Yep.
Pure bullshit.
And I do believe that's the way it's going to go down here as well. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
Heirs of Chaos, don't you love all these people who get offended for others? Yes, I absolutely love them. Sounds like whoever wrote this are actually, yes. I've never known any D&D players to equate any real races to fictional ones. Nope, because you'd be living in the real world and not a fantasy one. Ambassador, Final Boss Time, FF7 Remake, good RPG compared to what is going on in other games nowadays. Yes, it is. I completely agree. And Angora Angelus, welcome. Did someone say D&D? And also Taco Tuesday. That was this morning.
Rob is trying to sabotage me on Twitter right now, by the way.
I was the one picking you.
Yeah, if you keep on, I'm trying to hide my phone to where I can't get my volume turned off. I'm gonna have to turn my phone off so he'll quit pinging me.
Holy shit, we have a super chat. May the force with you. Just tipped $4.99. I can only guess who that is. Thank you so much, and skull.
There it is! It's beautiful! Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
And they do
I
not
love it.
leave a message. Oh, they did not leave a message. Yes, Trey from Maximum Entertainment. Dabo, skull. Yes. Oh man. Yeah, $4.99 super chat, and they did not leave a message. I would have read your message. May the force with you. I would have. Wonder who that was.
Wonder which one it was.
That's right. Restore old D&D. So that ain't gonna happen, dude. That is not gonna happen.
Hope you still hold on to your books because you'll never see that day happen again.
No, you're not. It's not gonna happen. Broken Entertainment also said the funny thing is the party just got done running around releasing ancient versions of each major race so they would bring back their respective ways. Feels like people are holding old books too. Yes, they are. I want to tell you a sad story, Mark. You're gonna hate this, dude.
Go ahead.
You're gonna hate this. So I keep all of my ancient shit in totes, sealed, in my closet.
Mm-hmm.
I was going through all my stuff and I could not find 2 books, first edition, hardback Star Wars books.
Ew.
The first part of the Thrawn trilogy in the beautiful light blue hardback cover. And this is with the laminated dust cover. This is library shit, you know?
Yeah.
And the other one was the Courtship of Princess Leia.
How bad do you want the Courtship of Princess Leia?
I'll tell you that after the show.
Okay. I mean, I actually have a hardback. I don't know if I'd still have the dust cover for it, but I do have an extra copy of the hardback version.
But I've got every EU book in hardback, and I
Mhm.
have most of them in paperback. My storage closet outside
Oh no.
flooded
Yeah.
because there was a leak in the condo above me. So I'm pulling stuff out of there and I'm going through the cardboard boxes. And both of those books were in the very bottom.
Oh.
One of those.
Ow.
And I don't know how they got in there. They'd been in there since I moved into this condo.
Mhm.
They were black.
Oh.
Literally black.
Oh yeah. You deserve a copy of Courtship for Princess Leia. I'll go pull. I've got a pretty good copy of it that I'll definitely give to you. No questions asked. And if I can, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
If I can find the dust cover, I'll include it. But I don't think I have it.
I will not buy the new Disney EU.
Oh hell no!
Will not buy a Legends copy of those books. I won't.
Because that's giving money to Disney.
That's right. I will not, and I don't want Legends on the cover. I don't want anything changed in the book. I want it exactly the way I had it. Yeah,
Well,
I'm getting that old where I'm like, no, I want it the way it was. I don't want to rewrite. I don't want to reprint. I don't want fucking Legends on the cover. I want what I had.
Well, you'll to make you feel a little bit better. My original 3 copies of Thrawn trilogy, I've had to have what was it? I've had to have them re-glued and retied at least 3 times. That's how many times I've read them. That's how that they've fallen apart that many times. Because I love those books.
Yes.
Those books defined a generation for me. I mean, looking at the crap that's out now, those books are. That's my sequel copy. That's my sequels. There are no sequel trilogies except for that.
No, I've read through those books. I've listened to the audiobooks. I've got the audiobooks still. And I love sitting back and listening to the unabridged audiobooks from on Amazon. These are really, really good with the sounds and the story, and it's absolutely wonderful. But there's something about having an actual paper book in my hand that I have to have.
Well, I had to actually listen to the audio dramas to learn some of the names because sounding out some of those names in those books back in 91, 93, and 94, I mean, like Caboth and all that, I just did what I could to make sure I was saying it correct, thinking in my mind how names were in that. I mean, because those books were badass.
Stay safe, Trey. Take it easy, brother.
Take it easy, Trey. And hey, Lori, I'm sorry. Hey, Lori. She just said hey to me, and I want to say hey to her.
Destructor is here, ladies and gentlemen. Lori Roberts drinks. Get Mexican Iron Man.
Speaking of which, I am on a 3rd re-edit of the Misadventures of Mexican Iron Man. It's coming soon, but with work being the way it is, it's kind of insane right now. So as soon as I get done, you will have a fresh copy of the Misadventures of Mexican Iron Man Part 2.
Yes. Admiral Oliver Franklin Doom getting ready to go into work, but I had to say green. So you have a great day at work today, brother. You have a great day at work today. So the 5th, there's more to this, guys. I've got to read you. The 5th part of this is they confirm the use of sensitivity readers.
Wow.
And indicate they will continue to employ them.
Yeah, this is gumdrops and ice cream. Drop the name. Dungeons and Dragons is gone. It's dead.
We've received valuable insights from sensitivity readers on 2 of our recent books. We are incorporating sensitivity readers into our creative process, and we will continue to reach out to experts in various fields to help us identify our blind spots.
Pathetic. That's insane.
And do you want to read what Josh and Rebecca Momaney just sent?
At Loki's Mourns of Mischief, just wait. When the new books don't sell, people will reject the reprints and they will turn on their own fan base. Well, yeah, that's going to happen because it's already happening currently right now. Read some of the crap I read earlier on Twitter, which I'm trying to stay off of, but not involving D&D. Yeah, it's going to happen. I agree with you, Josh and Rebecca.
And Lori Roberts asks, so if you're wearing Mexican Iron Man clothes, 1, how does the thong fit? And 2, what is Mexican Iron Man wearing?
I left the thong out. I'm not wearing the Mexican Iron thong. Sorry, he's wearing that, I guess, but I'm just wearing the helmet and the shoulder and breastplates. I'm wearing my mark uniform underneath that. I'm wearing a pair of shorts and tennis shoes.
And Angura Angela says, what the fuck is sensitivity readers? You mean pussies? Yes. SJW, soy drinking, latte drinking motherfucking pussies. Yes.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this is just picking up where Star Wars and Star Trek left off. Now they're jumping into even deeper into for lack of a better term, the geek culture, and they're ruining it. I mean, I would prefer it going back to the way it was back when I was a kid. I mean, at least everybody had their own thing, even though you got looked down upon. I mean, it was something you did, it was yours, and nobody could mess with you with it about it because nobody really cared except for the people that played it.
Yep, no one cared. And now, because it's popular, oh my God, we have to change everything to suit us.
It's all MTV's fault, by the way.
Mexican Iron Man says, fuck, they should hire me and combine the ones where chicks should be wearing thongs.
Yep. Old Frazetta doing it, all those old Frazetta paintings and stuff like that. That's D&D.
Moira Kitty says, meow. So, let's see here. Let me pull this back up. There's more. Oh, yes, there's more. Finally, they explain they will employ diversity quotas when it comes to hiring. We are proactively seeking new diverse talent to join our staff and our pool of freelance writers and artists. We brought in contributors who reflect the beautiful diversity of the D&D community to work on books coming out in 2021. We're going to invest even more in this approach and add a broad range of new voices to join the chorus of D&D storytelling.
That's great. In a sense, I mean, if they want to hire diversity, that's fine, but stick to what got you there. Don't change because you want to desensitize a certain thing. I mean, having diversity in certain areas. I mean, with mythology, if you bring something to the game, that's great. If you take away from it, then I mean, all you're doing is hurting in the end. You're hurting the people that play the game, the fans, and your money base. It's soon. I mean, Wizards of the Coast is going to back themselves into a corner, and they're never going to get it, and they're never going to be able to get out of it. That's the way I see it as. But I mean, as far as diversity goes, cool. I mean, different prerogatives from different views from different people, but don't change the product. Just a small group of people who whine and complain about everything.
Well, that's what they're going to do. That is what they are going to do. And there is a push right now to ban white people from making indie games. for making
Okay, I mean,
yeah. Indiegogo, they want it done on Indiegogo, they want it done on Kickstarter. You must have an equal level of indie projects being run by different diversities. If you have too much of one, then you need to just not have that indie.
so
No,
basically, this is modern segregation, is what it is.
yes,
It's ridiculous. What are we going to go back to the '60s to suit a small handful of people who are representing another group who don't want the representation? I mean, it's dumb. It's freaking stupid.
And Captain Spire just tipped a $2 super chat, and you know what that means, guys. Skull!
There it is. Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
Oh shit! And
Love it.
He says, Captain Spire says, "What the junk? Can you imagine the new diversity stat they will have on a character sheet? I bet you will need to do a save roll based on it for every action. That is death for a bard." I bet you're right.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue that.
I bet you're right. What gets me is this push where there's too many people doing indie. Well, you know what that means. The indie shit is selling better than everything else because they don't give a fuck about any of this.
Yeah.
They don't care.
And a lot of games that I've recently been buying, I mean, I've cooled off on Kickstarter a lot, but there's a lot of great games out there that people are making. I mean, that it luckily enough, it hasn't hit the board gaming realm yet. I'm sure it will, but there are great there that don't even touch on any of this subject. It's just a game to play. It's an escape. It's not aimed at anybody. It's not knocking any group or race or religion or creed or anything. A game is a game. So who gives a shit?
That's right. A game is a game. There is a reason why Ethan Van Sciver kicked the shit out of everything out there with Cyberfrog. He made an old school 90s style comic.
Mm-hmm.
That's what people want.
Yep. People our age aren't gonna. I mean, I don't want to put you in my bracket because, well, I'm approaching that half-century mark, the dreaded half-century mark. But
close enough.
I grew up going to comics. I grew up reading the X-Men in the late '70s, through the '80s, and into the mid '90s. I quit collecting around '99, 2000.
That's about the same time I quit.
And I mean, if they want to go back and see it again, bringing up diversity in groups, read the X-Men from the '70s and the late '70s through the '80s and '90s. If you want to see how diversity works with a comic book, read those comics.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I dare anybody to say that those comics are written any other way than what they are. It included everybody. You had a mixed group of people who got along and fought the good fight. Just plain and simple as that.
And Lori Roberts just tipped a $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much, Lori. Skull!
There it is. Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
I absolutely love it.
Oh.
Lori Roberts says, just because. Just because. Thank you so very much, Lori. And Captain Spire, man, back to back. Skull.
There it is. Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
Love it.
I love it. Dude, that is one of my best ideas. Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill. Oh,
Trey's gonna have to up his game, man. Trey's gonna have to raise the level. You've raised the bar on him.
Dude, as soon as I saw him do that the first time, the Dabo thing, I was like, oh dude, I can use this thing off A Million Ways to Die in the West. Yes. Take your rat off, boy. That's $1 bill. Remove white people from game development. The quartering told of a lady professor who had a degree in gender. Yeah, that's right. Gender. Not gender studies, just gender. She was there to make sure guys check themselves when developing a game. Here we go.
I'm sorry, I almost choked.
Captain Spire, you are absolutely 100% correct, sir. You are absolutely 100% correct. That is the age we are now living in. Check yourself, guys. Guys, I brought this up a couple of weeks ago. I had a friend who always had female avatars in all of his games. No matter what he was playing, Mass Effect, an MMO, whatever. And I asked him, I said, dude, can I ask you something? Because yeah, I said, you know, when I play these games, I always have a guy, you know, I always run around with the dude. It's just, you know, it's the power fantasy of it. I want to be a kick-ass guy. You know, I want to play vicariously through my character. Why are you always a girl? And he said, I don't want to look at a dude's ass running around 8 hours a day. And I was like,
that's a good point.
Shout out Cat Loki. What the fuck is woke? I'll tell you what woke is. Woke is when all of this bullshit they're talking about matters more than having fun.
Yep.
That's what woke is. When all of this shit is the center, the front and center of everything, and fun's not important anymore. I loved the fact that when I played this disgraced wizard back in the day, I was a disgraced wizard who had done some really screwed up shit when he was younger, but was constantly working on fixing that and making it up, basically. That once people found out who he was, they didn't want anything to do with him. Once they found out what he was, they knew the tale of this guy, and they didn't want him in their town. They didn't want him around. They didn't want him working for him. They didn't want anything to do. So basically, he had to hide who he was, because if he didn't, no one would want to have anything to do with him. And his brethren were the only ones that knew.
Gee. That's storytelling. That's the problem. People don't understand you're playing part of the story. The story is the biggest part of the game, along with the role playing. I mean, the hack and slash is fun and great, but you're telling a story through your character, and it gets ridiculous when this is all stupid. It's dumb.
And Purple Lady, the fun police have arrived at D&D.
Yep, she's right.
And Josh is one of those guys. I almost always play as a female character. Same reason. If I have to look at my character's ass, I want to find it cute. And there's nothing wrong with that point. I've been running around staring at a dude's ass for the last 20 years. Tells up with that. They've got a point.
And like you said, with that mage that you played, the interesting characters are always the characters that, in games, are the characters that you have to work on to make the whole thing go. I mean, like I said, I played a Minotaur once who was basically a strong arm for a scribe who worked for a pawnbroker, and the scribe was an albino. And I mean, that was the absolute best time I ever had playing a character, because it was hard. I mean, you were having to break through the cultural barriers and societal barriers to be. I mean, that's just as important as anything else, is working your way through problems. It's problem solving.
And I'll share something with you guys, because I don't like to talk about past campaigns and all that shit, whatever. But I had worked out something with the DM of this long quest we did. We did this for like over a year. This campaign lasted for over a year. And basically we were presented with an impossible ending. There was no way to win. And I worked with the DM, and basically my mage sacrificed his own life to supercharge the party, and I lost my character. and they were able to take down. I think we lost one more person. I think there were only like 3 of us left at the end, but they were able to defeat this great evil, and they won. But they were given that opportunity because my character sacrificed himself, and that in that action, he was no longer a pariah to everyone in this world. That's interesting. That's storytelling.
Yeah, it's called redemption.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know where people's heads are. They're basically up their ass. Their heads are up their asses with the ideas they're coming up with for the gaming now, and it's a joke. I mean, I can't. I don't even know what to say because I've been totally blown away by. I mean, you've blown me away by that article.
I know what to say. Parrot Head just tipped $1 and skull.
There it is. It's beautiful. Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
Oh, shit. God, I love it. I absolutely love it.
It gets better every time.
Thank you so much, Parrot Head. And Parrot Head says #blame Lucky. Not on this. This is not my fault.
No, this is definitely not your fault this time.
And Josh and Rebecca Momaney say staring at a dude's ass for 20 years, Loki clipped. Yeah, I know. You're going to clip that and you're going to throw it in something. I've been staring at a dude's ass for 20 years. Oh, my God. Guys, thank you so much. Guys, everyone out there who's given a tip, a super chat, whatever you want to call it tonight, thank you, because you guys keep my lights on. You guys keep my lights on, and you make this show possible every morning, on evenings, Tuesdays and Thursdays. And yes, I will be getting back to gaming soon. I have got to get with LDG Pixel and figure out what the hell is wrong with my OBS, because it stutters. That's all it's done ever since it updated last. It does nothing but stutter. I have got 1,000 down and 50 up. There should be no damn stutter. The bit rate's right. The resolution's right. It's in 4K. I've taken it down to 1080p and it still does it. So something is wrong, and I am working on it so we can get back to Batman, finish Batman, and then everyone, I'll give you a little preview. We're gonna play God of War. We're gonna go through the latest God of War with Kratos and his son and kick some ass. And I am gonna
looking forward to it.
Love it.
Looking forward to Batman too, man. That's been left open, and I really want to see the end of it, like everybody else does, I'm sure.
Yes, and I think we've got like 7 or 6 more chapters. 6 more chapters to get through on Batman, and I have not played the second half. I only played the first half, and that was not in the film noir version. That was not in this new version I've been playing. Josh and Rebecca Momaney, Bridge Commander, dude. I have the Kobayashi Maru mod set up on that. I've just got to make sure to run stable. I'm going through little bits and pieces of that because it crashes after so many fights. So I am working on that. Believe me, I have it up. It's running. I can get through 3 or 4 fights before the damn thing crashes. So yes, I am working on that. Airshipcast says, yes, I'm excited for the Batman game stream return. And Colonel Chiron, if you have wrong keyframe, you get issues. I will check. Colonel Chiron, I will check. Advanced setting keyframe.
Maybe it's something as simple as that.
Yes. So, guys, there will be no outro tonight. I am currently working on the new outro, so no outro tonight. But thank you, each and every one of you, for being here. More rock, Josh and Rebecca Momaney. More rock.
Not right now. I've got other things I'm working on right now, most of it being finishing editing up The Misadventures of Mexican Iron Man. Maybe some more rock in the future, but right now it's on hold.
Rock is love. From Purple Lady, or from Purple Valkyrie. And Josh and Rebecca Momaney say, we demand rock. Rock. Klingon rock. Taco is love. Yes, Doc always loved Revenge of Rock. We're still waiting for the Revenge of Rock, says Chris Persia.
It's in the workings. Let me get finished with what I got to do, and we'll get back to Rock. He's not done yet.
Rock is love. Rock is life, says Eris of Chaos.
And there's a rumor also that there might be another Rock floating around somewhere in southwestern England. You'll have to pay attention to some other channel for that soon.
Ooh. Yeah, guys, if you haven't, check out Trey at Max World Entertainment. Check out Echo Base Network, and Kathia Star's got a channel. So many people have wonderful channels. Check them out. If you like their content, subscribe to them. Thank you all. So Bizarro Rock. I like that. The outro rocks. Bizarro Rock.
I'd like to say thank you for getting me back on. I appreciate you having me on tonight. I was, like I said, taking a little break, but I think I might just withhold doing that for right now.
And yes, please, guys, if you can, subscribe to Mark the Infinitely Tired.
They're going to be disappointed because there's nothing there right now. I'm going to do the director's cut for Rock.
And yeah, Kronos, if you want to get on here one night and talk, hang out, by all means, brother, let me know. Throw me a DM on Discord and we'll get you on here. Thank you, brother, for being on here. Everyone have a wonderful night, and we will catch you guys tomorrow morning.